Hello and welcome to our channel. In this video, we will discuss about what are the top 7 homeopathic medicines for the permanent treatment of PCOD, or you can say PCOS, that is polycystic ovarian syndrome. So let's talk about polycystic ovarian syndrome is curable with a homeopathic method of treatment. And homeopathic for the polycystic ovarian syndrome is very safe and free from any side effects. Which medicine is required to extract the disease from its root varies from cases to cases. But when both the physical and the mental sphere of the patient are thoroughly investigated while prescribing the medicines. The complete cure of PCOD is a time-consuming process, and it cannot be expected in a few days. It requires complete observations regarding the change of the symptoms in the patient and frequent clinical follow-ups. Now we'll discuss about the top 7 homeopathic medicines for the permanent treatment of PCOD. So let's talk about it. So first medicine is SEPIA, ready for PCOS, and it occupies the top position among the medicines for the treatment of polycystic ovarian syndrome, that is PCOD. Or you can say PCOS. The menstrual symptoms for the SEPIA is late and scanty menses. In most of the cases, this is accompanied by bearing down sensation in the pelvic region. The ovaries remain enlarged with fluid which is filled and cysts in them. And SEPIA act very efficiently to regulate the menstrual cycles to appear at the proper expected time. SEPIA can also be considered to treat infertility cases due to PCOD, or you can say PCOS. Abnormal hair growth on the face, especially on the upper lips, can also be well controlled with SEPIA. Other general symptoms to look for before taking SEPIA are sensitivity to cold air, mental irritability, and indifferent behavior towards their loved ones. So on the basis of these symptoms, you can prescribe this medicine to your patient for the treatment of PCOD. Now let's talk about the second medicine. So for extremely suppressed menses, PULSATILLA is a natural medicine for treating PCOD. It is especially beneficial for treating PCOS cases in females who are suffering from suppressed periods for long durations. In women requiring PULSATILLA, the periods when they appear remain very scanty and extremely painful. PULSATILLA removes the obstacles that cause the period to be suppressed, and the period starts to follow normally. PULSATILLA increases the body's power and directs its path toward removing the obstacle, thus re-establishing the menstrual cycle. And PULSATILLA is of a great help for young girls at puberty who suffer from PCOS with irregular menses, or you can say irregular periods. The physical general symptoms to consider for using PULSATILLA include a total absence of thirst and a desire for cool open air. Open air overall seems to be provide relief to the patient. And in the mental sphere, the significant features to take note of all are mild, sensitive nature with beeping tendencies. Such a woman beeps at the slightest instance and feels somewhat better when giving consolation. So on the basis of these symptoms, you can prescribe PULSATILLA to your patient for the treatment of PCOD. Now let's talk about the third medicine, that is Calcarea Carbonica. So for the prolonged and the profuse periods, Calcarea Carbonica is a natural medicine. It is of great help in the treatment of PCOD and is particularly suited when a woman with PCOS suffer from profuse periods that are prolonged more than the usual durations. The women with PCOS facing the problems of weight gain and obesity are also the candidates requiring Calcarea Carbonica. This medicine helps such women in reducing the excessive weight gain very efficiently. And there are a few physical general symptoms to look out for while choosing a take Calcarea Carbonica. So the first is excessive sweating on the head. Second is extreme sensitivity to the cold air. And the last is a peculiar craving in eating habits, like a desire for the boiled eggs, and in a few cases strange things You can say pica, that is chalk and lime. So on the basis of these symptoms, you can prescribe Calcarea carbonica to your patient for the treatment of PCOD. Now let's talk about the fourth medicine for the treatment of PCOD, or you can say PCOS, that is Natrum muraticum. So for PCOS with irregular and the suppressed menstrual cycles, Natrum muraticum is a very beneficial medicine to treat women with PCOS who have irregular and the suppressed menstrual cycles. Natrum muraticum benefits most women by regularizing their menstrual cycles, and this should also be considered for women with difficulty in conception due to PCOS. The important symptoms to look out for while using Natrum Mur are an excessively hot sensation, aversion to the heat of the sun, and craving for extra salt in their diet. The mental picture that needs to be considered included the reserved nature of the patient, weeping spells especially when alone, and worsening of the symptom when sympathy is offered. So on the basis of these symptoms, you can prescribe Natrum muraticum to your patient for the permanent treatment of PCOD. Now let's talk about the fifth medicine, that is Thuja occidentalis. So for the retarded menstrual flows, Thuja occidentalis is a medicine that is considered of a great help in PCOD treatment. Thuja is a very efficient medicine, and its use is called for when a woman suffers from a retarded menstrual flow with multiple cysts in the ovaries. And Thuja has an innate ability to dissolve abnormal growth and accumulations anywhere in the body. Thus, it has a supreme power to dissolve cysts also. And the most women requiring Thuja have cyst growth more pronounced in the left side ovary. And Thuja is also of a great help in the treatment of extreme hair growth on unusual parts in the women due to hormonal imbalance. So on the basis of these symptoms, you can prescribe Thuja occidentalis to your patient for the treatment of PCOD, especially for the left-sided ovary. Now fifth and the sixth medicine. So for the ovarian cyst in the PCOD, the isolated presence of cyst in the ovaries in no ways mean that the woman is suffering from PCOS unless the other significant symptoms are experienced. The symptoms are mainly menstrual irregularities and abnormal hair growth, acne, obesity, and difficulty in conceiving. The remedies chosen not on the basis of cyst, but rather on though the cyst may provide help in making the choice of medicine. To take an example, the presence of cyst predominantly in the right ovaries suggests the use of homeopathic medicine, that is Lycopodium, Belladonna, and Apis mellifica. And if the cyst occupies the left ovary, as we have already talked about this medicine, that is Thuja occidentalis. So this is the only predominant medicine if you have cyst in the left ovary. So Thuja occidentalis is a very excellent medicine. And another medicine for the left ovary cyst is Lachesis muta. So these are some medicines which are used for the ovarian cyst, for the treatment of ovarian cyst in the PCOD condition. So this was all about the 7 medicines. So in this video, we have discussed about the top 7 homeopathic medicines which you can use for the permanent treatment of PCOS or PCOD. See you guys in our next video. Till then, stay connected with us for more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below, and yes, press the bell icon for more updates. Stay safe and stay healthy. And yes, perform meditations, exercise, pranayams, and aerobic exercise daily, at least thrice a day. And yes, thanks for watching our video.